Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker and welcome to 2020. Happy New Year to y'all out there, and since it's New Year's, I figured I'd make a quick list. I made a list of 3 things that hopefully I'm going to do a little bit different this year. And I'd love for you to chime in the comments below and tell me if you have some resolutions for eBay, and then maybe if you have some resolutions for the year as well. I always have a few. They typically tend to be the same. I don't know if that says much about me, wanting to do something and then having to make the same resolution the next year. But we're going to talk about eBay for a little bit and then maybe a little bit about ourselves as well. So before I show you what's sold today, I'm going to give you one of those resolutions, maybe give you one of the resolutions halfway through, and then maybe one at the end. How you doing, Sophie? Sophie, hey. Sophie here's Turner out there. Turner got a couple of new video games for Christmas, and he hasn't been able to play too many. He's been playing, the weather's been good, he's been playing outside and doing some things. And so today, Blue Ridge Mama and Reagan is gone, so he's getting to play a little bit of his Wii games in there while we're in here doing some shipping. Maybe he'll come and help us, but Sophie hears him in there. Sophie, you want to go see Turner? I'm going to let her go see Turner. All right, Sophie, say Happy New Year to Strider out there. Say Happy New Year, Strider. All right, no, you're not interested? All right. All right, so the first one here on my list is to be more careful in my purchases. So I've gotten better and better over the years buying. I don't buy quite as much that I regret anymore, but there's always room for improvement. I'm always going through here and thinking, man, I wish I wouldn't have bought that. So I don't think I've very rarely regretted not buying something after having looked at it and kind of made that decision. Every once in a blue moon, but I do regret buying some things sometimes that you have to unload and you have to go through the process of selling in some way, shape, or form, or getting rid of. And I hate getting rid of something that I paid something for, even if it was $1 or $2. So that's number 1 on my list. It's going to hopefully improve the selling process. It won't jam things up in here or out there in the Commonwealth cabin. And the process should move a little bit more smoothly if you don't have little death piles hanging around of things that really aren't bad buys per se. They're just things you don't want to list. So I want to buy things that I want to list and I want to sell and I want to ship, or at least things that I don't hate shipping or hate listing. Anyway, that's number 1, and let's take a look at what's sold today. So right along that vein right there, we're looking at something that is easy to list, easy to store, and easy to ship. It's not a huge profit. It's $9.71, which is pretty cheap for one of these, but we're into it for a dime, a nickel, something like that. It was part of a huge lot that we're already in the profit for. So you figure you're making around $5.50 on an item like this, and it takes up no space. I could put hundreds of them back here in this dresser right here, which is usually where I keep them. All right, you've seen some of these up here. I sell 2 or 3 of these a year, maybe 4, and I find about that many as well. They're a Liberty University bobblehead. They're coming a little bit harder to come by. This one, I didn't even take the sticker off of it. It was 99 cents at Goodwill, and it looks like it's been there twice. Here's a sticker and here's a sticker, so it looks like Goodwill has sold it twice, and it is on its way to somebody who wants this thing. $14.95 plus shipping, so obviously I paid $1 for it. So that's going to be a pretty nice little profit of around $12 after fees. All right, and it is New Year's, and this is one of the Happy Little Accident sales, and I still have just kept adding to that thing. I'm not trying to beat Blue Ridge Mama's guess. I just know there's a few more out there, and I just want to keep it up. It can't hurt too much, and we'll keep an eye on that. We'll have a few sales here and there. This is a pair of women's motorcycle gloves, Joe Rocket, and they're used. But that was in that giant lot of things that we got at the Happy Little Accident. We made a bunch of money on them. And these sold for $14.95 plus shipping. And we'll take a look at the total so far. All right, some Joe Rocket gloves right here. $13 profit. We're up to $2,143 out of our initial $200 buy. So it's doing pretty good. Almost $2,000 in profit. And it really hadn't been that much hard work. There's been a few Department 56 items that were hard to ship, but everything else was fairly easy to ship. This was an item from the 100 Mile Yard Sale. I believe I paid $1 for it. It's Affliction. It's a good brand to look for out there, and you might be like, how in the world do you sell this thing? See how rough it is? Terrible condition. Well, that's the way they're made. So this is what you're going to find, so don't look over these things. Usually some kind of Grim Reaper or Death or some. This is the Ripper here, and it sold size large. It sold for $18.71, free shipping, so not a huge amount of money in this one. I have sold some of these for much more than that, but still, for $1, turn it into $18.71. It's about a $13 profit. All right, here were a couple of stragglers that I found at the bottom of boxes in that Fontanini lot. And I couldn't quite figure out which set they went with. I just kept them up here on the stand, and every time I opened up a new building or something, I looked to see if this is one of them from there, and I could never find it. So these are just stragglers. A little lamb here, and a little piece of pottery. And these two right here sold for $9.99. So they're essentially free at this point, and it's about a $6 profit on that. All right, here's a dollar buy. Lectures to my students, Charles Spurgeon. And this is a Thomas Road Baptist Church Old Time Gospel Hour. Looks like it's never been opened, never been cracked. And this sold for $10.41 plus shipping, so it's about an $8.50 profit. All right, I want you to look where I'm going back here, because you've seen this on this show for a long, long time, and it's going to be off the set here. So here's a bolo of bolos. If you have been watching the show, you will have heard me talk about shark tooth hats at least a long time ago. I did a whole episode on hats when we first started. I think it's got like 70 views to this day. I don't think it was too popular. At any rate, Dale Earnhardt, and it's the shark tooth design, logo athletic, and it has the tag on it. So this isn't one of the most popular shark tooth designs. Most of them are sports teams, not NASCAR. But this is basically new. I mean, it's got a little dust on it from sitting for years and years. It does have the tag, but it's basically a brand new hat. And this hat sold for $50 plus shipping. So this is not one that I will stick in one of the 8x6x4s. I mean, somebody paid $50, so I'm going to find a little bit bigger box and maybe go right up to 16 ounces and ship this thing. This is a great sale. I think this is my last shark tooth. This is something you should be looking for out there if you're not already. Even if you don't do hats. If you don't do clothing, there's certain kinds of clothes you should still keep an eye out for. If you don't do hats, you should still look out for certain kind of hats. You know, I don't do tools that much, but I still look for tools. I still look for certain brands and certain things. I probably should do a little bit better on that. Maybe that should be a New Year's resolution. And records. Records and tools, I could up my game on those two things by quite a bit. And thanks to Brandon this year, I've upped my game with jewelry a little bit too. So maybe that's a goal that I should have. I'll add it to my list right here, impromptu. I should do a little bit better with records and a little bit better with tools. So there's my two. But I do pretty good with hats. As you've seen this year, I've made over $1,000 off of maybe 6 or 7 hats. So that's a pretty good amount of money. So for $50 plus shipping. Speaking of my list here, number 2, I'm going to have a little bit better organizational system because I'm going to be in 2 spaces. I'm going to be in here and I'm going to be in the Commonwealth cabin. And I'm going to try to give my wife some space. She doesn't often venture down here during the day. She usually does everything upstairs. But I think if she had a dedicated space to her Poshmark or to her Mercari, she might use this space a little bit more, that I'll be in that Commonwealth cabin. I'm still going to use this space. We're going to kind of expand. We're not going to transfer. And I think that my organizational process will have to change a little bit, especially in the spring, because I coach baseball and I'm going to depend on her to pull items. And it's hard for her to find items if there's no organization. She's got to kind of get inside of this brain of mine, and that's not an easy task. So a little bit better with some organization is my second. I guess now it's my 4th because I added the other ones in there. You just never know what's going to sell after Christmas. So the Peanuts Zamboni machine went for full price, $89.95 plus shipping. And we paid, I think, $37.50 for this. So it's not an amazing profit, but it should be somewhere around a $40 to $45 profit. All right, and this looks like it's from a viewer, but this viewer didn't ask for a shout out or send me a message that I saw, so I'm not going to mention their name. However, if you see this and you did want your name mentioned, send me an email. So this is some Air Power wings and Air Power magazines. This came in that giant lot that I've been selling off. This is pure profit at this point. It's $10, excuse me, $20, no, I got it wrong. $10 plus shipping for these magazines. I'm selling a lot of one-offs, but the magazines don't sell really well by themselves, so they're going to go in a lot of 8. And they're in pretty pretty good condition. So a bunch of them are SR71s. There's a few other types in here. P51 Mustang. And I've got a ton up here. You can't see it. But on this top shelf, I must have 60 listings. And I sat down and listed them. Took me maybe, I don't know, hour and a half or so. And I listed 60 listings for those magazines. Not magazines, I guess guidebooks. And they're going to each make like $3, $4, $5. So it's not huge money. But if you sit down and take 2 hours and do it, and you're going to profit 180 bucks on it, I think that's a pretty good deal. I have a PS2 that I paid my boy to clean and test. It had no controllers with it, but it does have a game and a couple of, it has the cords that go with it. So it is tested, but it is not complete. And it sold for $35 plus shipping. And here's a really nice North Face shirt, I guess camp style shirt, size medium. And North Face still sells pretty good for us. It doesn't sell like, you know, Patagonia, but it still sells. This sold for $17 plus shipping, which means it's going to be about $11.50 profit. Maybe a little bit more than that, but that's about right. It was a Goodwill purchase, so happy with that one. All right, and that looks like it, and it looks like one thing just sold right here, but I haven't pulled it out, and I think we're just going to wait and do that one in the next day or two. All right, I'm going to give you my very last New Year's resolution here for eBay, and it is don't waste time on the little things. And so what do I mean by that? Well, I used to take quite a bit of time to not necessarily dumpster dive per se, but to track down shipping materials because I wouldn't want to pay what it costs to get bubble wrap or what it costs to get packaging material or boxes. And I've just decided that advantage for the time that I spend is not an equal savings if I could spend more time listing. And so to not spend as much time on that and to go ahead and buy the bubble wrap, get the best deal on it I can find, get it on Amazon. I think I have that one linked below. I think Amazon, and there's a lot on eBay that are really cheap as well. To have the wrap, I don't know if you can see this back here or not, but I've been using this essentially craft paper, butcher paper, whatever you want to call it, as packaging instead of collecting newspapers and doing different things. And it's so inexpensive and it lasts for a long time. I think it's better. So that kind of thing, don't waste your time on the little stuff to save a dime when you could be making $1. So there's my last one. Now I have some other ones here. Enjoy being with my family while they're still young, while we're all still young and healthy. Be thankful for what I have, and I have a ton, and I really am thankful for it, and to give back more this year than we did the previous year. So there's my resolutions, and I would ask you to do me a couple favors. One is leave your resolutions below in the comments and give this video a thumbs up. And I just want to thank you all so much for being here all year. I cannot believe that we are just about at 5,000 subscribers. It just blows my mind. And we have been growing fairly quickly ever since we started. And thanks to so many YouTubers out there who have given us a shout out. If I started mentioning you all right now, I'd forget somebody and I'd feel bad. So at some point, I'll make a list and go through and give some folks some thanks. And I really do appreciate it out there. If you would do me a favor, and also maybe in the comments below, tell me where you heard about our channel. Did you happen across it by seeing a video? If so, what video was it? Did you hear about it on somebody else's channel? I'd appreciate knowing how you got to our channel. I'm very thankful that you did, and we hope that you stay along with us. And we appreciate you, and we wish you the very best in 2020. And we'll see you tomorrow. You two, you know, somebody sent you a package.
Yeah.
You know how I know it's to you?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't.
Because someone wrote it.
They wrote it. Yeah, it says Homeschool Hustlers on it, doesn't it? So I was going to open it, and then I saw that, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's not to me. So y'all want to open it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Watch your fingers. All right.
Wait.
Oh, there's a letter. Look at a gift card. What in the world? All right, I'll let y'all look, and then we'll read this letter.
What is that? I don't know.
Oh
what
my
it is.
goodness.
It's a rocket.
That's a stomp rocket. I had seen those before. You are going to like that, Turner.
That is so
Look.
cute.
Kid powered. So you stomp on that thing and that rocket shoots up in the air.
I've seen these.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah, I've seen these things.
What's that, Reagan?
It's an animal wrapped up in a burrito, I think.
Unrolled cute Tito's.
And then there's an animal inside.
I've never seen those before. And this is from Justin and Christina and Gabby. Can y'all say thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, hold on a minute. We're going to read this letter. And there's an IHOP gift card on top of it. Oh my goodness, y'all have done way too much. All right, let me read it. Can y'all listen here? It says, Kevin, thank you for all the kind words on the videos. My wife, Christina, loves the Popple. They are her favorite toy from childhood. My family had fun with the Eneman over Christmas. I showed everyone your videos. I hope Turner and Reagan had a great Christmas. Y'all have a great Christmas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure. We love seeing your kids. They're so sweet and kind. They make us laugh every time we see them. So thank you. I don't know how you have time to do what you do. Since watching your videos in Cincinnati Picker and a bunch of others, I also started looking at thrift stores and sales. I take our daughter Gabby with me most of the time. It gives us some extra bonding time. While out Christmas shopping, we picked out some things we hope you guys like. That's so nice. They picked out some things just for you guys. If it's something they already have, feel free to sell or exchange it. Please keep the great content coming. They keep us entertained daily. P.S. The picture Turner drew for us was amazing.
Wait, what picture?
I think it's the Commonwealth Picker picture. Remember you drew that? We sent that to them. They loved it. We have showcased with a few other family photos. Great. Thank you so much, Justin, Christina, and Gabby. So they like your picture, Turner.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, it's a burrito.
It is so cute. Oh my gosh. That is so adorable.
It's my favorite.
I think that's a winner, Justin and Christina
My favorite.
and Gabby. All right, so this is from Thrifting Adventures, and we've been watching her show for a long, long time. I had to cut your address out of there so nobody could see it. Maybe we can send you a thank you. So we appreciate it, and we're going to open this up, and we're going to see what's inside. It looks like maybe something for the Homeschool Hustlers, so I called Reagan down here. You want to wave to the camera, Reagan?
Hi.
Look at that, a card. Oh, look at that. She knows I'm a baseball fan. What do you know? Hey, that is one I've never seen before. Have to check that one out. See what else we got. Now that looks like it's not for me. What do you think? What do you think that's for? Maybe you get to pick here. Ooh, I don't know. You think that's good for Turner, Reagan? Which one? Oh, look at that. That reminds me of California. 3Ds. Look, you get glasses.
Oh, and then you can look at it.
Look at that. World's cutest pets.
No, I think that one's for me.
You think that one's for you? Before Turner gets to look at that dog. And you get to wear 3D glasses. I think Turner's gonna love that. Look at that.
No.
All right, well, you pick. You get this one and Turner gets two?
Yep.
All right.
That is
Hold
there's a note.
All right, and her name is Stephanie. Can you say thank you, Stephanie?
Thank you, Stephanie.
It says, Kevin, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I just wanted to send you and your kids a few gifts. Just a little friend mail. Thank you for having an awesome channel and congratulations on your YouTube growth. So if y'all get a chance, go check out Stephanie's channel, Thrifting Adventures.